Hello and welcome, or welcome back. My name's Kellee, if you didn't already know, and I'm your guide today. For practice today, I have a mantra or an affirmation, a theme, however you want to call it, of trust your gut. Trust your gut. But what does that mean as it relates to our yoga practice? In the Yoga Sutras, Patanjali states that whenever one masters samyama, various forms of meditation, that prajna, or inner wisdom, like innate inner wisdom, that inner light that illuminates our innate wisdom, is dawned, or revealed. And there's a Sanskrit word that's called di, and you might recognize that. It's the end of samadhi. It's the beginning of dhyana, and these are concepts we learn about in the 8 limbs of yoga. And so the DHI, the, means closely connected to like highest truth or inner knowing. It's that it can be interpreted as that feeling of like the gut feeling sometimes that we feel, that we notice from within us in a situation. Sometimes even when logic can't really explain why we feel the way we feel, we don't know, but it's to our core, to our bones, and even deeper than that, we know. And so the way to cultivate the ability to trust our gut, right? It's just like, hey, just trust your gut. That's what we're going to practice today, just trusting, right? We have to develop the ability to do that. And as I stated, I mentioned, Patanjali stated that various forms of practice that help us self-reflect or still all the fluctuations of the mind, help us to listen to what we know deep inside, that inner knowing. And when we're listening and we can hear, then from that place we might be able to develop the courage to move out into the world and act from that place, which would be obviously so great. So trust your gut, is a very kind of oversimplified and cutesy reminder, really, of what we're practicing here today. How will we practice it, though? Take it from this concept right now into the movement and the asana that we'll be doing. Lots of ways, which might come up spontaneously for you, but a couple ways that I can offer out, since I am guiding you here in this video, is to trust your gut. I will give plenty of options in the practice, and so when I do, trust your gut, trust your instincts. What are your instincts telling you to choose? And obviously, if you don't know, then try to explore different options and just be really open to feeling or hearing what comes up for you, and follow that and see how that plays out, see how that works out. That's, one way. Another way of like trusting your gut is, hey, if you need a break, if you need to pause, if you need a child's pose, if you need to just sit down with your legs crossed and take a couple deep breaths, that's totally fine. Trust your gut in that way. Or if you're feeling, right, on the opposite end, the urge to just like pause the video, to stop, to go do something else, or maybe you are like, oh, I'm just going to do child's pose because I'm sick of paying attention or whatever. It can get exhausting paying attention sometimes. Maybe your gut's saying, no, keep going. And then that's that opposite end of the spectrum from that example. Then explore not stopping, explore continuing on, and see how that works out for you. See what's happening. Those are a couple ways through this physical practice that we'll do together that you might explore. Like I said, other sort of spontaneous things might be coming up for you, and like, great, do that. So trust your gut. We'll practice that listening here and maybe then take that out into the rest of our day and week. So let's get into it. Let's start lying back. We'll suggest a couple of blocks if you have them. Just kind of have them ready for you. If you don't have any blocks, we'll make do. So lie back. Knees bent, feet on the ground. Dip your knees in to support one another and kick your heels out a little wider than your hips if possible. Rest your hands on your belly, or you can have your arms at your sides with your palms facing up or down. Soften your gaze. Bring your awareness to your body and how you're feeling. Bring your awareness to your breath and the qualities of it. Notice your breath moving in and out of your body. And you must have heard, or maybe you haven't, there's a common suggestion that you might hear from people when you're trying to make a decision. They'll suggest, like, listen to your gut, or they'll ask, like, what does your gut say? And I think this is a way, like in our Western society, that we can start to understand the concept of thee. And it's that place within us that just seems to know. When you hear the expression, trust your gut, what comes up for you? Explore and search in your mind. Or do you feel it more so when you hear that? Do you feel something get activated in your physical form? Where do your instincts live? What part of your heart, your mind, your body are your instincts housed by? Just being curious. Keep that curiosity open as we begin to move. Walk your heels in so they're behind the balls of your feet. Swish your knees side to side like windshield wipers. Bring your knees center, and on an exhale, hug your right knee in towards your right shoulder. Give yourself a nice hug there. And then take your right ankle to your left thigh. Flex your right foot and kind of press your right ankle into your left thigh. Be still or rock your hips side to side. Stay here, option to use your hands to your outer thighs, to fold your legs in closer to your upper body. You can continue to rock or be still. Last option would be to take your right hand through the hole of your legs, both hands at your left thigh or shin. You may or may not be able to interlace your fingers. Relax your left leg, but keep your right foot flexed, active muscularly, and use a little help from your arms, some strength from your arms to bring your legs closer in if you have the bind. Take a breath in. And exhale, set your left foot down. Uncross your right leg, ball of your right foot down. Inhale here. Exhale, hug your left knee in towards your left shoulder. Give yourself a hug there. Breath in. Exhale, cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Firm your left ankle into your right thigh. Inhale, be still or rock your hips side to side. Exhale, stay here or start to fold your legs into your upper body. Inhale, option to thread the needle. Exhale, if you have the bind, use the strength from your arms to hug your legs closer to you. Inhale, relax your right leg, but flex your left foot. Exhale, release your right foot down and cross your left leg. Take a breath in. Exhale, hug both knees in, circle them out at the same time, and then bring them back in for frog swims as you exhale. And keep breathing in and out. Match the rate of your inhale to exhale. Next time your knees are wide, stay. Take your hands to the back of your thighs and hug both knees into your shoulders for cocoon pose. Flex your feet and stick your heels up to the sky. Stay here, or on your next breath in, see if you can take your arms from the inside of your legs to take hold of your outer shins, ankles, or feet for happy baby. Keep the back of your neck long. Use a little help from your arms to draw your knees further down, sides of your body. And as well here, if it felt good to rock side to side and you want to continue that motion, go for it. One more breath in. And then exhale, set your feet down, arms at your sides, palms down. Inhale, press to your feet, use your arms, and help your glutes to lift your hips and bridge. Exhale, tailbone down. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, tailbone down. Inhale, lift your hips. Strengthen your glutes. Exhale, tailbone down. Hands to the back of your thighs. Draw your knees in. Straighten your legs and do a little tick-tock motion side to side with your legs. Stay here or add a little bit of a rock and roll. It's like a swing set motion. Up and then back. Up and back. If you're tick-tocking through your legs, bend your knees, roll your side, and press yourself up. If you're rocking and rolling, next time you rock up, stay up. Bring your feet to one side right away. Come on to hands and knees in tabletop. Excuse me. Spread through your fingertips. Walk your knees under hips. Inhale, cow pose. Heart forward, look up. Exhale, cat pose. Tuck your chin, look to your belly button, press the ground away. Inhale, cow. Arch your back. Exhale, cat. Round your spine. Inhale, cow. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips and press them back as you exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees one at a time, alternating, rocking your hips side to side. Relax your head. Inhale, bend both knees. Spread your sit bones and tilt your tailbone up. When you exhale, brace your core to protect your lower back and extend or shrug your shoulders towards your ears so you're in the strength of your shoulders. Inhale through your nose if you're not already. And exhale out your nose, again, if you're not already. Really start to match the rate of your inhale. To exhale, maybe count 3 to 4 on the way in and 3 to 4 on the way out. Make a slight restriction to the back of your throat. Now you're in your Ujjayi pranayama. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step, lunge, or hop your feet to your hands. And use your blocks or not. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. It's okay to keep your knees bent. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, strong belly, look forward with your eyes. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center, and relax your arms down. Take a breath in, and let that breath out. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, hinge from your hips and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees and plant your hands. Step your feet back to plank. Breath in. Exhale, set your knees down. Squeeze your elbows in, point them back, and lower your body to the ground. Untuck your toes. Inhale, draw your heart and your gaze forward. Reach your toes back at the same time. Exhale, heart and head down. Inhale, back to plank. Use your knees or not to get there. Exhale, downward facing dog for 3 breaths. And as you're here, you might recite to yourself that mantra. I trust my gut. Or you might just stay curious. And what would it feel like to trust my gut? When have I trusted my gut before? Where did I feel that from? Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step, lunge, or hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, arms up, palms touch. If you can, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Relax your arms down. Inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, move your hips back and down, reach your arms out and up. When you exhale, take your arms into a cactus shape. Inhale, stand tall, reach both arms up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, use your blocks or not, fingertips or blocks frame your feet, step your right foot back, keep your right knee lifted for high lunge prep. When you inhale, squeeze your feet towards each other until your hips lift. Exhale, brace your core. Inhale here. Exhale, move your blocks out of the way, plug your palms down and step your feet back to plank, breath in. Exhale, knees down or not, lower your body all the way to the ground. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze, and stretch your toes back. This time, can you float your hands? Exhale, hands down, tuck toes. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, chair pose, arms stay extended or into your cactus shape if that felt better for you. Inhale, charge your legs, stand up, reach up. Exhale, hinge from your hips and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, use your blocks or not to frame your feet. Step your left foot back, keep your left knee lifted. Inhale, squeeze your feet towards each other until your hips lift a little. You feel a sense of buoyancy beneath your seat. And when you exhale, keep your right knee over your right ankle. Keep pressing down through your right foot. Breath in. Exhale, move your blocks out of the way. Plant your hands and inhale and plank. Exhale, chaturanga, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra, lift your hands. You really know you're just using the strength of your back, mostly. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step, lunge, or hop your feet to your hands. And inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand tall, reach up. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, stand tall, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, bend your right knee, lift your right heel, reach your arms up or take your cactus shape. Exhale, set your hips back like you did in chair. This time your right heel is lifted. Inhale up to standing march, right knee comes with you. Single leg balance. Exhale, press your left big toe, your left pinky toe, and your left heel. Inhale, if you haven't already, find a spot your horizon line, stare at it. That will help you balance. As you exhale, bend your left knee like you are going to set your right foot down in chair, except for swing your right leg back. Reach through your right heel towards the wall behind you and then up through your inner right thigh. Big breath in. Exhale, bend your left knee a little bit more. Ball of your right foot down. You might move to high lunge prep, or this time, continue to reach your arms up. High lunge prep, keep your shoulders more over your hips. Inhale, lift up through your inner right thigh. Exhale, bring more weight into your left standing leg. Breath in. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Plug your hands down to frame your left foot. And inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Option to lift your hands or reach your arms back in locust. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. This time, when you exhale, lunge, step, or hop to a squat at the top of your mat. You might be in a pretty high squat if that's better for your knees and your hips, if that's more accommodating. If you can, though, start to sink your hips down. Continue to press your knees out for Malasana, yogi squat. Hands to heart center. Even if you're like me and you're all the way down, use strength from your outer hips and your glutes to lift your hips. I would say like half an inch or just maybe 1 inch, a little bit. So you're using your strong legs. Inhale, heart forward like you did in locust. Exhale, tip forward. So even if you were in the higher Malasana, so your fingertips find the blocks or the ground. Parallel your toes forward towards your hands or the top of your mat and lift your right heel. Try to tap your right knee to your right arm, the back of it, or even the outside of your right arm. Breath in. And then exhale, right heel down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair, right away. Kind of a wide chair. Exhale here. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chair. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, hands to heart center. Relax your arms down. That second one was just for good measure. Bring your feet more your hips width. And when you inhale, lift your left heel. Exhale, sit back like you were sitting in chair. Inhale, arms to a cactus or straight up. Exhale here. Inhale, find your drishti and then move to standing march. Stand tall through your right leg, lift your left knee as high as your left hip or as close to that as you can get. When you exhale, bend your right knee. Imagine you were going to set your left foot down in chair, except for swing your left leg back. Reach through your left heel like you could push into the wall behind you, and then lift up through your inner left thigh. Big breath in. Exhale, ball your left foot down. You might move your hands and your left knee, or keep your left knee lifted. You might use your hands down to the high lunge prep, or this time full high lunge. Stack your torso over your hips, arms in a cactus or up. Inhale, lift up through your inner left thigh, up and back. Exhale, bring more weight to your right standing leg. Breath in. Exhale, hinge. Plug your hands. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra with lifted hands or locust. You can even bring your legs up into the mix. Exhale, replug hands. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step or lunge or hop your feet to a squat, top of your mat, your version. Inhale, remember, even if you're in the full version, to use the strength of your glutes to lift your hips. Exhale here. Inhale, lift your hips a little higher. Tip forward through your pelvis so your fingertips find the blocks or ground, and parallel your toes forward. When you exhale, lift your left heel as high as you can. Try to tap your left arm. You might even need to move your arm back to it a little bit to help out. So it's tapping the back of your arm or the outside of your arm. Squeeze arm to leg, breath in. And out, left heel down. Inhale, chair. Exhale in it. Inhale, stand tall, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Relax your arms down. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Walk your feet more your own hips width or slightly more narrow. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge from your hips and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, fingertips down. Step your right foot back and ground your right heel down. Draw a line with your eyes from your left heel to the arch of your back foot. So your left heel is right in front of the arch of your back foot. And then take your inner thighs, your inner groins, and move them back. Press down to your outer left heel so you feel your outer glutes engage. Inhale, windmill your arms open to warrior two. I'll stand this way so you can see me. As you exhale, make an effort to level your pelvis. Relax your shoulders and even out your arms. Notice if one's higher or lower, further forward or back. Inhale. When you exhale, tuck your chin slightly in and then look over your front middle finger. Keep breathing. Inhale, straighten your left leg just for a moment. And then exhale, bend your left knee, take your left forearm to your left thigh, or use your block, or find your left fingertips to the ground to the inside of your left foot. You might use your block. You might take your fingertips or even your palm down. Trust your gut on what option is best for you today, in this moment now. Right arm not only reaches up, but now over. That's okay for your shoulder. If not, continue to just reach it up. No worries. Deep breath in. Start to spiral your heart open a little bit. So you open your chest. Exhale here. Inhale back up to warrior two. Exhale, once again, straighten your left leg. Spin on your left heel so both toes parallel the long edge of your mat. Make sure your feet are even. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Fingertips to the ground or to your blocks. Inhale, walk your hands to your blocks, one hand's distance forward, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your elbows out to lower your upper body down. Stay on fingertips or blocks, or you can always move your palms and your arms forward if you have that availability. Move your inner groins back. Bend your knees a bit here. Spread through your sit bones and tilt your tailbone up. Inhale. Exhale, start to bend your left knee, thinking kind of like a side lunge situation, and walk your hands over towards your left side. Spin on your left heel so your left toes turn out. You're thinking warrior two legs again, but your hands are out to the side a bit, reaching forward. It's a humble warrior variation. You may need to be on fingertips or blocks even here. Make a little micro bend in your right knee if you're locking it out. Keep your inner groins moving back. Continue to press through your left heel so your left glute stays active and engaged. One more breath in. And then exhale, walk your hands to the inside of your left foot. Come onto the ball of your right foot and set your right knee down. So lizard lunge. You want to have lots of space. You might need to wiggle your left foot out a little wider. Turn your left knee and toes out ever so slightly. So I'll show you here. So rather than having fingertips and toes forward, you can turn your left knee and toes out a little bit. And that'll just be accommodating, give you a little bit more space. So stay here or walk your hands forward. Stay here or drop your forearms to the ground. This is where blocks could be nice if you feel like, hey, I would just love the floor to be a little closer to me. That's a good way. Relax your head, not all the way, but a lot. Press your forearms down so you're strong, or your upper back. But I would suggest, where is there a place that you feel like you're exerting that you don't necessarily need to be exerting as much, and try to soften there? You might explore and find, nope, I really did need to exert as much as I was there. Also, trust your gut. Do you need to walk yourself into a different position? Do you need to have straight arms? What are your instincts telling you? Inhale, press yourself up from lizard. Walk your hands so that they're more forward towards the top of your mat. And when you exhale, you'll be thinking down dog, but it's like a crisscross down dog style. So when you lift your hips up and back, instead of sending your left leg back to down dog, cross it over your mat from the left side to the right. So your left leg is crossed under and through. Right leg is in your regular down dog shape, left leg is crossed under and over. Keep bend in your back knee. Press down through the outer edge of your left foot. Squeeze in through your inner thighs and press your hips back. Shoulder shrugs to ears, big breath in. Exhale, pigeon pose. Come forward like plank and then bend your left knee. You'll probably need to kind of drag your left knee closer to your left wrist so your left shin's at an angle. Wiggle or slide your right leg back. You may need to use your block or something underneath your left glute if it won't quite reach the ground. Inhale, puff your heart forward, level your pelvis towards the top of your mat. And when you exhale, walk your hands forward. Again, you might even go out to the right side a little bit like we did in Humble Warrior. More space. I tend to feel a deeper stretch through my outer left thigh and hip, that area, which is where we're really focusing on today. So you could explore that to see if that feels good for you. And then same thing, trust your gut. You might come to your forearms with blocks or not. Some of you might come all the way down to make a pillow with your hands for your forehead to rest. Lots of options. Trust your gut. Or allow yourself to say, curious, what would that feel like if I followed my instincts a little bit more? There's a saying like your instincts don't lie. But of course, sometimes our instincts will take us down winding roads that we wouldn't have otherwise maybe chosen. But I challenge you to think about, even if it wasn't the way you would have gotten there or here, it led, right? It led you nonetheless. And where in that was correct? I'm not saying there is a place. I'm just asking you to explore. Is there a place, or is there an aspect, a glimmer of truth somewhere in all that? Inhale, start to press yourself up. When you exhale, tuck your right toes under. Start to walk your right knee forward until you feel like your shoulders stack more over your wrists. Or you don't feel like it, you see it, and you feel it. Inhale, step your left leg back. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths, or this might be a good time for child's pose if you need a moment, or you would like a moment to reset. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step, lunge, or hop to that malasana, yogi squat at the top of your mat. Inhale in it, in your version. Exhale, let your pelvis tip forward, fingertips down. Parallel your toes forward. I would say ditch the blocks. You might need to take your feet wide if your legs or your belly's in the way from planting your palms down. Take your fingers wide, hands about your shoulders width, then lift your heels so you're on the balls of your feet and come forward. Use your fingertips like brakes from stopping you from falling, and might you touch your knees to either the back of your arms or the outsides of your arms. Squeeze your legs into your arms back into your legs. Continue to look forward and lower down like chaturanga, even if it's just a tiny bit. And stay here or continue to lean so far forward your feet get light. You may lift one, you may lift both, you might not lift any, but keep leaning forward, pressing down, doming out your upper back, working towards crow or in crow, breath in. Exhale, feet down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Relax your arms down. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, fingertips down, step your left foot back, ground your left heel down, draw a line with your eyes from your right heel to your back arch of your foot, one straight line, right in front of left. Right knee over right ankle, and then inhale, windmill your arms open to warrior two. Exhale, might you level your pelvis on the horizon line. Notice if one hip sway forward or back. Level that. Inhale, arms out and working. Pretend that there's the air is more buoyant than it is. A lift there. And then exhale, tuck your chin in so you feel your ears slide back and look over your right middle finger. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Breathe. Inhale, straighten your right leg for a moment. And then exhale, bend your right knee, right forearm to right thigh, or take your right hand to the inside of your right foot, fingertips down to the ground, or use a block. You might even be able to plant your palm down. Trust your gut. Inhale, inner thighs, inner groins move back. Exhale, brace your core, so just squeeze a little bit, and then start to roll your heart back. Inhale, left arm stays up, or if your shoulder allows, reach it overhead to lengthen the stretch. Exhale, press down through your 2 feet and squeeze them towards each other like we practiced in high lunge prep. And when you inhale, really press through your outer right heel till you feel your right glute engage. Exhale, both or left hand down. Come onto the ball of your left foot. And then inhale, reverse that, left heel down, left arm up. Exhale here. Inhale the warrior 2. Exhale, straighten your right leg again. And inhale, spin on your right heel so your toes move forward towards the long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet, reach your arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, hinge from your hips, fingertips sprinkle to the ground or take a hold of your blocks. Inhale, walk your hands 1 hand's distance forward so you feel a little more weight rock towards the balls of your feet. Exhale, bend your elbows and drop, fold your upper body. Inhale, bend your knees, broaden your sit bones, broaden your backside until your tailbone up, stick your butt up towards the sky. Exhale, can you relax your hands? Maybe even stretch your arms forward, palms down. A breath in. Breath out. Now inhale, bend your knees a lot. When you exhale, think more of a side lunge through your right side. Straighten out your left leg, but bend your right knee. Walk your hands towards the top of your mat. Spin on your right heel so your right toes turn towards the top of your mat. humble warrior variation on fingertips or blocks or not, just straight to the ground. Inner groins continue to move way back, like in side angle. Relax your head. Press down through your right heel, deep breath in. Let that go. Inhale, walk your hands more to the inside of your right foot and come onto the ball of your left foot. Exhale, set your left knee down. If you feel like you need more space, wiggle your right foot out a little wider. That's okay. Take your right knee and right toes out a little bit to the side, just a little tiny bit. Stay here, walk your hands forward. Stay here, drop your elbows to the block or to the ground. Press down through your forearms. Keep your upper back slightly domed, so broad. Lots of choices. How can you tap in? Can you inquire within to listen to that inner voice that is there to give us guidance? Inhale, press yourself up, 2 strong arms, hands under shoulders. Exhale, down dog variation. It's that crisscross down dog. Lift your hips and send your right foot under and through towards the left side of your mat. So it's down dog with your left leg, but your right leg is crossed under and over to the left side of your mat. Keep your left knee bent a little. Continue to push your hips back. Right foot flexed and really press through the outer edge of your right foot. Think right hip forward, right hip back, left hip forward. Lift into the strength of your shoulders. Inhale. And then exhale, come forward like plank. Drop your right knee down and drag it or pull it a little closer to your right wrist. Wiggle or slide your left leg back. Use something underneath your right glute if it won't quite touch the earth. Inhale, on fingertips, puff your heart forward and turn your pelvis forward. Exhale, walk your hands over to your left side a little bit like in humble warrior. Hands forward or forearms down. Again, you might come lower, stack your hands and rest your forehead down. Pigeon pose. Trust your gut. Try to feel for that place with the help of your breath in your body, on your mind. Where does it live? And, don't give yourself lots of space and grace. And say, don't be too hard on yourself if you're like, I don't know, or like, no one's home. Lots of things happen that maybe sever our connection to our instincts. And, it's how we survive. So just give yourself lots of space and grace and try as much as possible to stay more in that curiosity mode with it. Inhale, press yourself up. Exhale, tuck your left toes under, walk your left knee forward until your shoulders stack over your wrists. And then inhale, step your right leg back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Or child's pose, 3 breaths. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step, lunge, or hop into a squat. at the top of your mat. Inhale in it. Exhale, let your pelvis build forward. Tip your fingertips to the ground and parallel your toes. You can widen your legs as much as you need to try to get your fingertips down. You might need to use blocks, but if you can, plant your palms all the way to the ground. Lift your heels. See if you can tap your knees to the back of your arms or the outside. Squeeze your legs into your arms. Press your arms back into your legs. Bend your elbows like in chaturanga. Look forward, lean forward, press the ground away. Stay here or lean so far forward, you have to use your fingertips like brakes. You might lift one or both of your feet towards chaturanga or crow, or actually in crow, breath in. Exhale, feet down. And inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, arms up, palms together to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Relax your arms down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, fingertips down, step your left foot back, ground your left heel down. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale here. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, bend your right knee, side angle, right forearm to right thigh, left arm up and maybe over. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, straighten your right leg, spin on your right heel and parallel your feet. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, wide angle, standing forward, fold fingertips to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, refold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your right knee, so you're thinking side lunge. And then when you inhale, start to pivot on your hands and your feet until you're in warrior two legs. Your arms are out at a diagonal and walking as far forward as possible in humble warrior. Exhale, inner groins move back, relax your head. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the inside of your right foot. Come onto the ball of your left foot and set your left knee down. Turn your right knee and toes out ever so slightly. Give yourself more space by walking your right foot wider if you need. Keep your hands underneath your shoulders for this round. And inhale right here. When you exhale, pick up your left knee off of the ground. Lift up through your inner left thigh. Press your left ball of your foot straight down. Inhale, try to lift your right heel if possible. This is where you might need to use blocks underneath your hands. Exhale, set your right heel down, set your left knee down, take a breath in. Exhale, press your hands into the ground, round your back, lift your left knee, press through the ball of your right foot, lift your right heel, inhale. See, right heel is lifted. Exhale, right heel down, left knee down. One more time, breath in. Exhale, press the ground away, round through your spine, lift your left knee, lift your right heel, breath in. Exhale, right heel down. This time, inhale, cross your right leg straight away to your crisscross down dog as you exhale. Inhale, forward like plank, set yourself up for pigeon. Exhale, slide your left leg back, come onto fingertips and inhale here. Stay on fingertips or maybe use your blocks on the small edges. Exhale, bend your elbows. It's okay if they bend out, like a push-up, lower down, and then inhale, push yourself back up. Exhale, do a push-up. Exhale to lower down. Inhale up. Now when you exhale, tuck your left toes under, walk your left knee forward. Inhale, lift off your left knee. When you exhale, try to see if you can get your right heel to touch your left thigh. Inhale, right shin back down. Exhale, press down. Right heel to left thigh. Inhale, down. Exhale one more time. Right heel to left thigh. And then inhale, downward facing dog. With blocks or not. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step, lunge, or hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Arms up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Relax your arms down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge from your hips and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, fingertips down, step your right foot back, ground your right heel down. Inhale up, warrior two. Exhale, left forearm to left thigh, right arm up or even over, side angle. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, straighten your left leg, spin on your left heel, parallel your feet, breath in, reach your arms up. Exhale, wide angle, fingertips down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your left knee, think side lunge, inhale. And then exhale, parallel your left toes to the front of your mat. Warrior two legs, walk your hands out and at a diagonal. Relax your head for humble warrior. Inner goings back. Reach your fingertips forward, breath in. And as you exhale, rock onto the ball of your right foot, both hands to the inside of your left foot, set your right knee down, set yourself up for a lizard variation with a little spice added to it, breath in. Exhale, press the ground away, use your blocks or not, lift off your right knee, lift your left heel, inhale. Exhale, left knee down, left heel down, right knee down, inhale. Exhale, press the ground away, round through your spine, left heel lifts, right knee lifts. Inhale, left heel down, right knee down. Exhale, lift your heel, lift your right knee, breath in. Exhale, draw a diagonal across your mat and send your left foot to the crisscross down dog. Right hip forward, left hip back, breath in. Exhale, pigeon. Inhale in it. Exhale to press down. You might even get your forehead to the ground. Inhale to push yourself back up. Pigeon push-ups. Who knew? Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, plug your palms, tuck your toes on the back. Inhale, walk forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, hop your feet to your hands, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, arms up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Relax your arms down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, widen your feet, toes out, knees out, malasana. Inhale in it. Exhale, use your hands behind you or not to bring your booty to the ground and then recline all the way back and down. Inhale, hug your right knee in towards your chest. Exhale, cross your right ankle over your left thigh like we did in the warm-ups. Hands behind your head, elbows wide, breath in. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale down. Exhale, crunch up. Squeeze your core. Inhale down. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale down. When you exhale, take your hands to your right leg. So probably like your right thigh and your left foot. You can cradle your right leg closer towards you, if possible. And then straighten your left leg to be supported by the ground. Inhale. When you exhale, add a crunch up, sit up. Use your right arm, like make a strong arm, like you're holding lots of groceries or something in your arm, lots of bags. And take your right arm under and through your right leg. It's like you're holding your leg up with your arm. Good. You can use your left hand, or this time you might even just make like a stop sign with your hand. Here, you might make a stop sign with your hand on your right side. That would be a good idea for the pose we're coming into. Lift your left leg off the ground. Press your left heel like you can push into whatever's in front of you. Keep that crunch. Breath in. Breath out. Stay here. It's a reclined flying lizard pose. Breath in. Exhale, release, unwind, hug your knees in. Inhale, set your feet down. Exhale, left knee squeezes in, cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Inhale, hands behind your head. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale, down. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale, down. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale, down. When you exhale, take your hands to your left leg. Like you want to rock your leg like a little baby. Left hand to your left thigh, right hand to your left foot, or wherever you can reach. Breath in. Exhale, crunch up. Extend your right leg. Use your left arm. Make a strong arm. Left arm goes underneath your left leg. Squeeze your leg into your arm into your leg, right? So your leg is an out to in wrap over your arm. Make stop signs with your hands. Think chaturanga or crow. Lift your right heel. Press your right heel forward into whatever's in front of you. Inhale. And exhale. Good job. You're doing flying lizard. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, unwind, hug your knees in. Inhale, set your feet down. And exhale here. Inhale, knees squeeze in. And exhale, rock yourself to the side or rock yourself all the way up. It's demo time. So our peak posture for today is flying lizard. And I want to show you, give you a demo of what that is. If you don't already know, or even if you do, just for like a refresh. It's good to know that you've already done flying lizard. We did it on our backs, reclined. Still very challenging, still super awesome. And so that is our fallback if, as we start to get into this, you're like, I don't know. Trust your gut. Do you need to stay with the reclined flying lizard or do one of the other options? So we will combine a lot of what we've been working on, the building blocks of the class so far, to put this thing together, flying lizard. So let me show you, and then we'll practice together. After I get my mic back on. So we will start from that extra lifted lizard lunge like we already found. Just watch and then we'll do it together. And you may use your blocks, you might not. I'll show you with blocks one time and then without blocks another time. How about without first so you can really see? So we'll start here. Leg into arm back into leg, getting as much negative space from my belly to the ground as possible. And if this is already super challenging, this is a great place to stay. Take a breath in. When I exhale, I will drop my right heel down and see if I can use my right arm out to in. Actually, my right leg is out to in like we were practicing on the ground. So my right arm's going underneath. And then you'll see my leg is out to in from my arm now. Making those stop signs like little chaturanga arms. I'll re-lift my right heel. This is a great place to stay. Squeeze your leg into your arm back into your leg. Think about crow. And you'll be right here, or if you can, it's a flip of your right foot. You're thinking pigeon. Bring your right heel towards your left thigh. Breath in. And then exhale, keep leaning forward, almost like you did in our locust. If your left foot feels light, then you lift it, reaches up and back, breath in. Exhale, ball your left foot down, right foot to the ground, and wiggle your foot out. I'll show you other side with a block. Breathing is good. So we'll try the other side. I think I'm recalling that we forgot to do our like little pigeon presses on the side, which I think is really good. We can even do that together now really quick. It's hard not being in a physical class because there's not that student going, we forgot a side, or something like that. Cool. So let's just practice those pigeon lifts. Can't remember if we actually did this on the side or not, but it translates. So if you even like right now with me get into your pigeon, left shin is forward and underneath, right leg is back. When you exhale, lift up and bring your left heel towards your right thigh. Try to tap. You might not actually tap, but you're trying, and set it down. Inhale here. Exhale, press, round, tap. Inhale, down. Exhale, press, round, tap. Inhale, down. Good. Okay, exhale. Now take a seat and watch me on the second side. Left leg forward this time. I'll play with some blocks so you can see. Back knee lifted, left heel lifted. I'm checking in. Okay, so I'll bring my left arm underneath, walk my hand back. Make sure your blocks are on like the same flat surface. If it's like on the edge of your mat, it might go like that. That's not fun. Cool. So here, leg into arm back into leg. You might stay right here, or think pigeon pose, left shin clamps. You're thinking heel to thigh. Look forward, lean forward. If your right foot gets light, try to lift. Reach your right foot back and your heart forward. Flying lizard breath in. And then exhale to come out. Ditch the blocks. Set your left knee down. Good. Let's try it together. If you're like, I'm taking reclined flying lizard, that's totally fair. Otherwise, I will give you stops along the way, and remember, trust your gut. Stop when it feels right, or don't stop when it feels right. Right foot forward, left leg back. Set up for lizard. And then we'll do our like turbo lizard, right, where you push the ground away, lift your right heel, lift your left knee. Stay in turbo lizard, or right arm reaches underneath right leg. You can walk your hands back and narrow them a little bit. Think chaturanga, or like even like crow, leaning forward. Then bring your right heel towards your left thigh, like in pigeon. Clamp your right arm with your right leg. Continue to look forward, lean forward. If your left foot feels light, lift. Reach back. Through your left foot, heart forward, breath in. Exhale. You can always pigeon it out if it's hard to get out. It's kind of awkward. And then you might just pivot on your hands and your feet to the other side of your mat, or I guess then you can't really see me. If you're a very auditory learner, that'll be fine. Otherwise, adjust it so that your left foot is forward, right leg is back. Set up like you're doing your regular pigeon with your right knee lifted. Regular lizard with your right knee lifted. Breath in. Exhale, turbo lizard. Lift your left heel, round your back, push the ground away. Left arm goes underneath your left leg this time. Walk your hands back like you have them in chaturanga, so kind of set them up. With your shoulders width and elbows bent over wrists. Stay here if you can. Clamp your left leg to your left arm. Bring your left heel towards your right thigh like we practiced. Look forward, lean forward. If your right foot is light, reach it up, reach it back. Heart forward, gaze forward, breath in. Exhale, left foot down, right foot down. Try to unwind out. And then pivot so that you're facing the top of your mat. Step your feet forward. Use your hands to help you or not. Booty to the ground. Good job. You can definitely, the cool thing about the video is that you can rewind it, try it again, you can pause it and keep trying. But let's move into some closing, shall we? Closing postures. So here, extend your legs out for staff pose. And really squeeze in through your inner thighs. You might even like use your hands on your left thigh, like move the skin in. Right thigh, move the skin in, feeling for that. Press through your inner left heels to the ground. Inhale, reach both arms up. When you exhale, spill your pelvis forward. You might need to sit up on something to help you do that. Fingertips reach for your shins or your ankles or your feet. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hands at your sides, fingertips forward. Bend your knees, scoot your hips forward till your feet plant. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, puff your chest. Stay right here or press down through your feet. Use your glutes to lift your hips. And inhale, look up. Exhale here. Inhale, rock onto your heels, start to straighten your legs, move your hips back through your arms. Exhale, hips down. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hands down. Bend your knees, scoot your hips forward, and swish your knees side to side, windshield wipers. The next time your knees shift to your left side, kick your right heel towards your bum. I'll spin to this side. And then take your right shin down. It's okay if your knee goes out a little wider, although it might not. So you're in a shape like this. You could also sit up on a block or two, if that would be helpful. And if this is something where you're just like, your knee doesn't likey, or your ankle or something like that, then I would say roll to your left side, kick your right heel, and rather than coming up to sit up like that, try to reach back for your ankle and kick your ankle into your hand. Something like that. My Chasana variation. Hands back. Bend your left knee like we did in reverse tabletop. Roll your shoulders back, inhale, puff your chest. When you exhale, press through your right shin, press through your left foot to lift your hips, look up, breath in. You could also just do reverse tabletop instead, but then you kind of miss the thigh stretch, which is nice. Inhale and exhale. It's more than that, like the thigh stretch. When we come into this posture, we're focusing a lot on internal rotation of the hips, and the whole class previous has been a big focus on external rotation of the hips, so it just provides a little bit of a balance. Okay, rock back, extend both legs forward, bend your knees, swish your knees side to side. Let your knees swish right, kick your left heel to your bum, left shin down, extend your right leg. Good. And again, you can rock to your side and kick your foot into your hand if that's maybe a little bit better for you for a couple of breaths. Breath in and out. Now, reverse tabletop, or from here, bend your right knee, hands back, roll your shoulders back, breath in. Exhale, press your left shin through your right foot to lift your hips, look up. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, hips down. Rock to your right. Extend both legs. Long, inhale, reach up. Exhale, dig your heels down. Internally rotate your thighs so skin of your thighs moves in and hinge from your hips. Breath in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, rock yourself back. Make sure you have enough space back there. Bend your knees, dip your knees in to support one another. Hands to your belly or at your sides, like how we started in constructive rest. Stay here or straighten your legs for Shavasana. Do inward focused practices, prajna, or that inner light of wisdom dawns, reveals itself. Illuminates what we already know somehow. Has there ever been a time where your instincts were right, quote unquote? And do you remember what that felt like to make that realization? What was the feeling tone in your body when you listened to an instinct, when you followed an instinct, or maybe you went against it and you just knew at some point, man, my instincts were right? let yourself shift into that feeling tone and rest. Rest there. Begin to deepen your breath, and we'll go through your fingers and toes to come back into your own space in your body if your mind drifted. And inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, shift to your left side and press yourself all the way up to seated. Soft gaze, or close your eyes, hands collect at your heart center. I hope that this practice landed for you, and it's my wish that you trust your gut out there, out in the world more. Thank you very much for practicing with me. From my heart to your heart, namaste, and many, many blessings.